That is Reysmhigh.
So what I'm hearing from that is he tries really hard.
It's a great feeling, and he tries really hard to be, to give everything that he's got.
How about it, Cushing? Downtown. Oh yes. That is Reysmhigh.
Hi everyone, I'm Melanie Smith here with Corey Cushing. A very exciting day today. We're here to talk a little bit about the NRCHA Open Futurity Champion, Reysmhigh. Tell us a little bit about him, who the owners were or are still, and a little history with him.
So barn name, we call him Preacher. We got him from Wes and Lindy Ashlock out of the Western Bloodstock sale as a yearling, so a little over 2 years ago. And I really wasn't going there to find him. I just happened to be passing by his stall, and it was his appearance. When I first went walking by, he might have been a little bit nervous, maybe just gotten there, but I don't know, something just made me stop and take an extra look at him. And when I did, and just kind of got to looking at him, and I called Scott and Janie and told them about this. They had kind of mentioned, if you find something, and you feel that it could be an asset to our program and where we're wanting to go. What's so neat about that horse is that he'll do anything and try to hurt himself if he had to give you his best as far as from the athletic side. What was so fun about that horse is that how you could, really engage in his mind, and know his thoughts and know what he was thinking just by reading, where his attention was and what he was involved with. I will never forget, warming him up like for the reining and, getting him ready to go down the fence. I didn't have to do much. I'd done my homework beforehand as far as the mental side of it, warmed him up a little bit. When we went through the gates, I felt like I could push him as hard as I wanted to, and it's pretty neat when you can walk into the finals with a horse that knows that, or that that you're only going to give more.
Yep, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about this horse's strengths. I know just watching him, super bright on a cow, looks like just a freak athlete. Tell us a little bit about those strengths on the horse.
So one thing about him is that he has always been so good about using his ears, and it steals points at times, he's very aware of what's going around him, what's going on, whether he be going down the fence, people walking by, his ears out of the herd. He's got a lot of just, natural instinct that you want to watch him. Another big strength is his humongous stopper. He's not the biggest horse out there, but his commitment to the ground and the things he can do, and the stops that have come out of him have surprised me.
So what I'm hearing from that is he tries really hard.
Tries
you've
really
said
hard
that a
all
couple
the time.
times.
It's a great feeling, and he tries really hard to be, to give everything that he's got.
Let's talk a little about this horse's future. You and I have talked on the phone quite a bit about him. It sounds like you would love to keep him for whoever buys him, if that's an option. I'm sure you'll be sad to let him leave.
Yeah. It was sorry to cut you off, but it was tough to watch a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get on the trailer, and maybe there's a chance that I won't ever get to ride him again. But he's what he gave me that day, I'll never forget. And thinking back as far as like building to that, I had mentioned that there's been days that he maybe not doing the right thing, but would never quit. You could really feel that in the finals, and it surprised me a lot. And only makes me want to do more with him. These past couple months we've just been kind of hanging out and doing a little bit of, I'll work him here and there, or just go out and play with him, and go out in the pasture and ride him around or something, because he's just fun to be on, and he's just fun to do things with. And if he had that much to offer, when I'll be honest, just like any trainer going into Futurity, you get nervous about things and whatnot, but just to trust the process and trust the training, and seeing what he had from the inside and give out, it's something I really look forward to hopefully experiencing with him, as he goes into his older years, and eventually making a great bridle horse one day.
So let's touch on what it looks like for somebody to be a customer for Corey. They get to come, watch their horse at the show, experience that, which is very exciting. If you haven't been an owner of a cow horse yet, to go get Corey to ride your horse in the Open, and one that he believes in, that's a huge opportunity for somebody.
Well, the Derby years are really exciting because there's so many premier events. We're little less than a month away from the Celebration of Champions starting up, and they got the big Tres Osos Derby there. That would be a great show for him. Right after that is the Stallion Stakes in Vegas. Being there, that's one of my favorite places to go and show. The South Point has been great. And then there's the Derby, there's the Hackamore. There's other shows, there's affiliate shows along the way. I mean, sure. And that's going to be for the next couple of years, building him up, doing the best we can, making him, working towards making him a bridle horse someday. Sure. We got it, the NRCHA has done a great job as far as putting all these classes together so a horse can just keep on rising and, giving some time and, just, letting feel things out and seeing how he builds and goes on. I think the possibilities are endless for him. So it could be really exciting. And we invite anyone that, is even considering, having, whether it be him or another horse here, feel free to come on out.
One message I want people to understand with this is how approachable and easy it is to get involved in this sport. And whether it's me or you or other trainers within this, we want these people to come in and give this a try. And you're so set up for success with this horse already to go have fun.
Exactly. And that's what it needs to be. Getting into a horse like this. He's already proved himself. Will he win everything, that I show him in after this? Probably not, but you know what? It'll be fun to go and appreciate what he's doing out there. Go to these big events. It's always a great crowd. The camaraderie there is so much fun, and to where people can have some more friends by the end of it and get involved with a hobby or for us it's an obsession.
A lifestyle.
A lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle
that we all look forward to every single day.
And the NRCHA has done such a great job of bringing new people in and really making this such an inviting sport for people where there is a lot of levels to compete at, and they're just adding so much excitement to every event. I feel like every event just gets better every year. It's amazing what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you. It's between the board and the staff. I mean, all the different ideas that we flop around and to only make this big and fun and exciting for new people to come in and see what you can be part of. Having a horse that gets to go and to all these major events and see all these people, and it can be a lot of fun. And who knows, he might end up being a little girl's first great horse.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he dang sure could be it. I can see him being a horse like that. If someone learns how to bond with him, he'll give you everything that he's got, or he'll stay as quiet as you can be. You just got to get on his good side.
So last thing to touch on here, the World's Greatest is coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That just attracts so many people from every discipline now.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether you ride pleasure horses, jumping horses. There's nothing cooler than going and watching the finals of the World's Greatest. And so, this is a horse that if he stays in the right program,
absolutely
great contender for that one day.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if everyone that's going to be watching has been to the World's Greatest, but it is a show and it is exciting.
And I would encourage you to go.
Yes,
if you have not, you need to go because it is as cool of a show as you can watch.
Yeah, we've got it put together where where you can come and it can be an evening performance. You're going to go there for a few hours, have a good time, but still, have enough time afterwards to go get dinner or, hang out for the after party. I mean, the quality of horses out there is so incredible these days, and it takes a horse with a little extra grit, a little extra stamina, maybe even a little bit of quirkiness to work through all that stuff. Absolutely. Because it's way too intense, and there's too many great horses and great riders out there.
And I think by the time this horse hits it, it's going to be tougher and tougher because they're getting better every year.
You rewind videos and see runs from the past that you thought you'd never see again. It was the greatest run, and it's funny how times change, and it's funny how horses change too. I mean, not to take it back to Preacher, but there was times along there that I just scratched my head, and you can tell that he was doing the same thing, and us trying to get together as a team, but for him to rise above that, and us to come together and have our moment and have our spotlight, and to finish with with a big smile on both of our faces. So that was neat.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate Scott and Janie putting this horse in the sale. Sounds like they've been great customers for you.
Yes.
Great.
Scott and Janie have been incredible. Gotten to know them for probably about 10 years now. She's still got one of my favorite horses, Sip and Boone's Farm, that she still shows in the boxing, and now starting to get into down the fence. And we've had a great communication with each other, and they've just, not only are the customers, we call them, friends that are family.
Absolutely.
They trust me with all the ideas. They trust me with the game plan. And when it comes to putting horses together, whether it be we start over with another yearling or we were to continue on with him, it's just the best fitting right now. Not that they ever wanted to let him go, but it's just best fitting for our program to keep moving forward. They've got some other colts coming up, and it's
a little heartbreaking for you.
It is. It is. But
I understand.
Again, I hope I get him back.
Yeah. Well, that's what Janie told me. She said we have some really nice young horses coming up. We need to focus on, and we want to give somebody the opportunity to own a horse of this caliber, and hopefully stay with Corey to continue his career.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that's what we'll keep our fingers crossed for. You guys can view all the radiographs, videos, pictures, front and back end shots, everything you need to know to make an educated decision about buying this horse will be on our app. Corey would be more than happy to talk to anybody that's interested in leaving him in his program, or the other horse trainers that have questions about him.
Yeah.
You'll be a little heartbroken at the end of it.
Well, I would, but I would tell them everything.
Yeah.
I would tell them everything they need to know, because I want them to get along with this horse. There's a lot of pride that comes from one trainer's horse going to another person and them going on and succeeding.
Sure.
And so, whether it be me or anyone else, and I just want it to be enjoyable, because he deserves that, and so do you as the buyer, and it needs to be a great experience.
Yes.
And so.